In the quest of reaching our full potential, we acknowledge that there are roadblocks along the way. These obstacles could be in the form of a lack of opportunity, a lack of support from others, or even an unhealthy environment, to name a few. However, one thing that actually blocks our growth is our mindset. In this book called Mindset by Carol Dweck, she suggests that the beliefs we have about ourselves can either facilitate the development of our potential or put a barrier that prevents us from improving ourselves and being the best that we can be. Here are the top 7 lessons from the book Mindset. Lesson 1. Go beyond having a fixed mindset. Do you believe that the potential you were born with is all you would ever get in life? If you do, then you have what Dweck calls a fixed mindset. A person with a fixed mindset believes that one's qualities are carved in stone. Thus, one would think that his average IQ during 6th grade will likely be his IQ when he applies for a job. Having this mindset may imply that we simply accept the traits and qualities given to us by destiny and make the most of it. While this may be true in some situations, Dweck tells us that this is not absolute. This is just one mindset that we can take, but there's actually another perspective by which we can see things. Lesson 2. Welcome a growth mindset. Now, if you believe that we can still do something with the qualities we were born with, then we have what Dweck calls a growth mindset. An individual with a growth mindset believes that one's inherent traits and qualities could still be cultivated and developed. They believe that how much we can do in the future is not necessarily determined by our past accomplishments, nor by our current capacity. Our true potential is actually unknown, and so we can always cultivate and nurture our potential. Lesson 3. Learn a new definition for success. What does success mean to you? Does success mean winning, or does success mean learning? If you chose the first definition, then you have a fixed mindset. If you chose the second one, then that describes a growth mindset. For Dweck, success is defined differently by the two mindsets. For those with a fixed mindset, they're more likely to aim for perfection and winning. They're the ones who are less likely to try something new if they're not sure that they will succeed in it. People with a growth mindset, on the other hand, are more open to learning and exploring. They're not afraid to take risks and to try new experiences because they see this as an opportunity to test what they're truly capable of. It's only by stretching ourselves can we truly know what we can and cannot do. Lesson 4. Adopt a championship mentality. In sports, we may find ourselves having to face different kinds of opponents. There are those who are clearly easy to beat, while sometimes we have to face a much stronger opponent. But what makes us win even over a stronger bet? The answer? A championship mentality. For Dweck, this mentality is what helped less talented players win the game. People with a championship mentality do not feel entitled, nor let their capacity get in their heads. Rather, they are those who keep on working hard, keep on practicing, and those who are able to keep focused, despite the distractions and difficulties they have to encounter. By having this kind of thought process, they do not become complacent, nor rely on their capacity, but rather they still put in the effort and hard work in practicing and preparing. This is the kind of mindset that builds a person's character. Lesson 5. Grow together with others. Having a growth mindset is a personal perspective, but it does not mean that we should not inspire and help others to grow and develop. Among our circle of friends or even in the relationships we may have different sets and levels of abilities. With a growth mindset, we acknowledge our capacities and help each other develop them. Instead of comparing ourselves with our friends and pulling each other down, we should work together and assist each other on how we could nurture our current potential and learn to develop what we lack. Lesson 6. Reframe your self-talk. Our minds have a very powerful role in determining our behavior. Our minds constantly provide meaning over the things that are happening to us, and so the thoughts that we keep on playing inside our heads could actually make or break us. A person with a fixed mindset usually creates an internal dialogue, which is more judgmental when faced with negative experiences. On the other hand, those with a growth mindset are more neutral and open to any experience. Thus, when we encounter a failure, those with a fixed mindset run the script that we're a loser, but those with a growth mindset are more likely to ask what we can learn from that experience and what we can do better next time. So whenever we begin to notice that our internal dialogue steers on the negative, judgmental and self-defeating tone, we stop and start to reframe it into a more positive, constructive, and motivating one. Lesson 7. Watch those words. Aside from being careful with our internal dialogues, we also need to watch out for the words we say to others. It's not only ourselves that needs encouragement, so do other people around us. So when someone else seems to be struggling or has stumbled upon a roadblock, we should provide honest and constructive feedback. Although we may initially want them to feel better right after failing, doing so may hinder us from being honest with how they performed. We should also not judge them, since this may just discourage them and make them feel frustrated. What's needed then is for us to acknowledge their efforts, and at the same time, point out to them opportunities for improvement. When we do this, we're helping them realize that although they may have failed now, there's still something that they can do to win next time. In conclusion, the book tells us that how we see ourselves, our potentials and capacities, affect how we lead our lives. We have the choice whether to accept our traits and qualities as it is and limit ourselves with what we can do, or to nurture these traits and qualities to make them grow and blossom through time. How we navigate our lives really boils down to our mindset. So, what would it be for you? Thank you for listening. If you like the book summary and you want to see more in this category, please like and subscribe so I can create more. You can also get a free copy of the entire audiobook by clicking the link in the description. Until next time.